If you have sensitive emails, you can use confidential mode in Gmail. It prevents the recipient from forwarding, copying, printing, or downloading that email. And you can also set a date or time for it to auto or self delete. So we'll jump down below. You'll see that lock icon. That's confidential mode. Click on that. And then on the next page, you can see you can set the expiration. We'll click on that drop down. It could be anywhere from a day to 5 years. We'll just put a day, and then you can decide whether you want to require an SMS passcode or not. If you don't select the SMS passcode and they have a Gmail account, they'll be able to go straight in. If they don't have a Gmail account, it'll give them a prompt in order to get a passcode, but we're going to just do no passcode. Hit save. It gives you a little bit of information about confidential mode, and then we're going to hit send. So this is the email that will be received on the recipient end. As I mentioned before, if you send it to an outside other than Gmail address, it's a slightly different process. You see right here, they have the title, and then right there, you can view the email. And then on the next page, it's going to create the passcode that we talked about. We're going to hit send passcode. And one caveat, even if you do have an outside email address, but it has at some point been connected as a verification to a Google account, it will force you to log into that Google account, even if it is an outside account. And then we see our email here. It's pretty much the email we sent from the other account. It tells you when it expires, and then there's not much you can do with that email, but please be aware that they can still screenshot it. They can still take a photo of it, but that's pretty much confidential mode. Say you have a business or host classes, seminar, or something like that where you send out the same replies because you get the same questions. Well, let's make that process a little easier with templates, which are also called canned responses. First, we got to check the settings. Go up to the gear settings icon, hit see all settings. Once you get inside see all settings, we're going to look for the advanced tab at the top. Click on that and then look for templates. You see enable and disable, toggle that on enable. Once you enable it, we're going to save the changes at the bottom. Now what we're going to do is respond to the first email or reply, which is pretty much us setting up the template. So we'll type in whatever reply we need that'll pretty much go out to everybody that asks this question. We're going to look for the 3 dots that are down at the bottom of the page. Click on those. And then within there, you're going to see at the bottom templates. Once you go in templates, go to save draft as template and then save as new template. And then you're going to give it a name. So go to the box and give it a relevant name. We'll type class FAQs, erase this other part. We don't need it. And then we'll hit save. And there you have your template. So if you've ever typed up an email and right after you hit that send button, you realize you either misspelled something, you left something out, you said some things that you will probably regret if you send it out, well, undo send is your best friend. Go up to the upper right corner, click on the settings gear. We're going to hit see all settings and then look over to the left hand side. You'll see undo send cancellation period. You can click on that drop down and you probably want to set it to the highest, which is 30 seconds. Scroll to the bottom, click on save changes. We'll go back into our sample draft. We'll pretend we typed it, hit send. At the bottom, you can see there's an undo message sent. That'll give us 30 seconds. We'll click undo and then we'll just add whatever we forgot. Next tip is display related. We're going to turn on the reading pane options. So go back up to the settings gear icon, click on that, go back into see all settings. Once you get in see all settings, we're going to go over to the left side and click on inbox under settings. And then we are going to scroll down until we see reading pane. And you see a little box next to it. We're going to check in the checkbox to enable reading pane. You see a few options down below, and we'll deal with those when we get outside of these settings. So go down and save changes. And then after you save changes, more than likely you're going to want to do this from your inbox. I'm just going to do it for example purposes from my spam folder. So if you go up right above your messages on the right hand side, you see a drop down that says toggle split pane mode. Click on that down caret and you have a few options, the same options that were in settings. You have no split, vertical split, or horizontal split. Right now we're looking at the reading pane, no split. There's nothing on the side or on the bottom. You'll see in just a second. Let's select vertical split. Now, as you can see, what this does is give you a reading pane on the right side for the vertical split. I'm going to click on one thing that accidentally got in my spam folder that's safe to click. And as you see, as you click on each of your emails, it's going to give you your preview or your full email actually on the right side. As you click down each email, which I won't do because these are spam, but you will see your email on your right side. If we go back up to the option above, we can try the other one. It's horizontal split, and it does the same thing. It just puts one above and one down below. So you can go back, and if you don't want any split, you just want to see it normally, when you click on your email, it's going to go to the next page. So that's reading pane. Google allows you to create unlimited alias email addresses, all with your main Gmail account. Now, we all go on these shopping sites. We get these websites that want us to sign up for different things so that they can send us newsletters and things that aren't all that urgent or important. Well, you can do something called plus addressing. You take your main Gmail account and put a plus sign and then a word or a phrase in between the plus sign and the @Gmail. Right there I have plus newsletter, or you could do plus some shopping site. But Google's going to treat that as your email address. Now, as we create different email aliases and combine that with filtering, we can get a lot of the clutter out of our inboxes. So what you could do is go to your inbox, go to the search box, and then over to the right hand side, you'll see an option that says show search options. Click on that, and then you'll go down to the to line, enter in the email alias or aliases one at a time that you create. And then once you create that, you're going to go down to the bottom where it says create filter. And then you can decide what you want to happen with the emails that come to this alias, because they're going to come to your inbox. Whether you want to pick delete it or anything else you want to do, it makes it nice and easy. And after that, you just click create filter.